There are parts of me I don't talk about. Not because I haven't forgotten them, it's because I haven't. I remember. I remember what it felt like to be afraid of the people who were supposed to make me feel safe. I remember learning that sometimes the hands that reach for you aren't reaching to save you. I remember the nights when silence wasn't peaceful. It was terrifying because silence meant waiting. Waiting for the next argument, the next betrayal, the next abuse, the next disappointment, the next reason to wonder, what did I do wrong? And eventually, I stopped asking. I started blaming myself. Maybe I was too much. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe if I had been quieter, kinder, stronger, maybe different, none of it would have happened. So I changed. I changed myself. I learned how to disappear without leaving the room. I learned how to smile while something inside me was screaming. And I learned how to say, I'm fine. I'm fine. Even when I wasn't. And the cruelest part, after enough pain, you don't need someone else to hurt you anymore. You learn to do it yourself. You become your own prison guard. You question every good thing. You distrust every kind word. You push away the people you desperately want close. Because something, somewhere inside you, there's a voice whispering, don't get comfortable. They're going to leave. Everyone leaves. Everything good eventually becomes something you have to survive. And so you build walls. Not because you hate people. It's because you're terrified of needing them. You become independent because dependence once came with a price. You become distant because closeness meant vulnerability. And vulnerability once meant pain. So you tell yourself you don't care. You tell yourself you don't need anyone. You tell yourself you're better alone. But deep down, you know the truth. You aren't fearless. You aren't strong. You're just exhausted. Exhausted from constantly preparing yourself for a war that isn't happening anymore. Because that's what trauma does. It convinces you that the battlefield is still burning, even after the smoke has cleared. You walk through peaceful rooms with a soldier's heart, always watching, always listening, and always waiting. Waiting for the voice to change, listening for a door to slam, watching for the person beside you to become someone else, for happiness to reveal the knife hidden behind his back. And maybe that's why healing feels so terrifying. Because when you spent years surviving, peace becomes unfamiliar, almost dangerous. You don't know what to do when nobody's hurting you. You don't know how to exist when you aren't fighting something. So you wait. And you wait. You wait for the next disaster. You wait for someone to prove your fear is right. You wait for the floor to disappear beneath your feet. But eventually, you have to ask yourself something. How long am I going to keep paying for something I did not do? How many years will I give to people who aren't even here anymore? How many nights will I lose to memories that's already happened? How many opportunities will I destroy because I'm afraid they might end? How many people am I going to push away just because someone else taught me how to feel love? No, enough. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying ghosts that do not belong to me. I'm tired of apologizing for wounds I did not create. I'm tired of punishing the present for the sins of the past. And I'm tired of calling it protection when sometimes it's just fear wearing armor. So this armor, I'm taking it off. Maybe not all at once. Maybe I can't. Maybe some days I'll still shake. Maybe some days I'll still hear those old voices. Some nights, maybe the memories will crawl back through the cracks. And maybe I'll still have moments where my heart forgets that I'm not there anymore. But I'll remind myself, I am here, not there. I'm here. That was then, and this is now. I survived the place that tried to destroy me. I survived the people who tried to convince me I wasn't worth loving. I survived the nights I thought would never end. I survived the abuse. I survived the misuse. I survived the hatred. And somehow, some fucking way, I'm still here. Not untouched, not unbroken, but alive. And maybe that is what makes me dangerous now. Because I know what it feels like to lose everything and still wake up the next morning. I know what it feels like to have my heart shattered and still find a reason to beat. I know what it feels like to be afraid and to keep walking anyways. So no, I won't promise myself I'll never be afraid again. That would be a lie. Fear will come back. The memories will come back. The doubt will come back, but they won't find the same person waiting for them. Because I've changed. I've learned that being afraid doesn't mean I'm weak. It means I'm human. I've learned that trusting someone doesn't mean giving them the power to destroy me. I learned that loving someone doesn't mean losing myself. And I learned that someone leaving doesn't mean I'm abandoned. Sometimes people leave. Sometimes people betray you. And sometimes life breaks things you desperately wanted to keep. That's the truth. And I cannot control that. But I can control what happens afterwards. And if someone breaks my heart again, I'll survive it. If someone walks away, I'll survive it. If the world becomes dark again, I'll find my way through it. Because I've already walked through the darkness. I know what it looks like. I know what it sounds like. And I know something now. Darkness is not the end of the story. Sometimes it's where you learned how to see. So, to the version of me that lived through all of it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you thought you had to become cold to survive. I'm sorry you thought you had to hide your heart. I'm sorry you believed you were difficult to love. You weren't. You never were. You were hurt. There's a difference. And I need you to understand something. You don't have to keep standing guard. You don't have to keep watching the door. You don't have to keep waiting for the next person to hurt you. You can put those weapons down. You can unclench your fist. You can breathe. Because that war is over. And maybe, for the first time, I don't want revenge against the past. I don't want to erase it. I don't want to pretend it didn't happen. I want to outgrow it. I want to become something I never thought I could become. So I'll become peaceful. I'll become loving. I'll become strong. And I'll become alive. I want to wake up one morning and realize I went an entire day without being afraid. I want to laugh without wondering when it will disappear. I want to love without keeping one foot outside the door. I want to look at someone and believe them when they say, I'm not going anywhere. Not because I know they never will, not because I finally know, but because I'll be okay if they do. This is freedom. That's my freedom. It's not knowing that nothing will ever hurt you again, but it's the knowing that pain doesn't have the power to destroy you anymore. So I'll let the past knock. I'll let the memories come. I'll let the old fears whisper my name from the darkness. And I'll hear them. I'll acknowledge them. And then I'll keep walking. Because I am not the person they broke. I am the person who rebuilt himself from the pieces. And every scar, every mistake, every sleepless night, every tear I thought no one would ever see became part of the foundation. So, if you're looking for the person I used to be, I'm sorry. He's not here anymore. He died somewhere between the pain and the healing. And what came back is stronger. Not because he stopped feeling, not because he finally understands. He was allowed to love. He was allowed to feel. He was allowed to hope. He was allowed to live. I am allowed to feel. I am allowed to love. I am allowed to hope. And I am allowed to live. And fear can walk beside me if it wants. But it does not get to hold the steering wheel. Not anymore. Because I've already spent enough of my life running from ghosts. So now, I'm walking towards the future. And if the darkness follows me, let it. I lived in the dark before. The difference is, this time, I'm carrying the light. And I refuse to be afraid of my life ever again.